What's up, guys? It's your boy Pete, and welcome back to Planting with Pete. Now, if you're new here, this channel consists of almost everything houseplant related. If that tickles your fancy, hit that subscribe button, sit back, and enjoy the video. Now, guys, on today's video, we are starting back my houseplants of the month. Now, I haven't did one of these, I think maybe since November, if I'm not mistaken. I took off December and January was still hectic as well, getting grow space together, or at least suitable so they can sit out there before I actually put things into place. But we're going to go ahead and jump straight back into it. Now, again, this here plant, which is my Monstera borsigiana albo or albo monstera, however you want to pronounce it. Let's get her off the stand here. Now, this plant here is my house plant, favorite house plant rather for the month of, let's just say, January and February at this point. Again, this plant I don't mention a lot. I barely even touch her. Bringing her out of the grow space, this may be the second time if I'm not mistaken. She's really really out of her grow space and not just, moving it over from like on the sofa or the table or something. But this is one of the plants I do not touch. I definitely don't talk about her as much. Touching wise or bothering, I just want her to grow, you guys. It's not even bothering, but she definitely made the list. Why not? I'm loving her. I'm not sure if this video would come out before the what is that getting my grow space together. Don't know what I'm going to call it, but that video, the one that I put a poll up and you guys wanted to join me as we got the space together. But I'm loving this here plant, you guys. Now, as you can see, there has been a lot of growth. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you don't, my handles are down in the description box below. Do me a favor, go over and give me a follow. But I do try and post this here girl, especially when she puts out a new leaf. And to be honest with you, the only new leaf that has come out of her is this one here. That just sounded so wrong. It's this leaf here, which is my first fenestrated leaf. And as you can see, she has a good bit of, I would say not a lot of marbling, but well, the smaller one has more variegation than that one. But anyway, she put out this leaf here, which is well, technically, if you count the little small leaf there, which had like little to no variegation on it. These here, of course, had little speckles. And then this one here, little speckle there. And there's some on the back as well. But I guess that would be the fourth leaf, huh? But she did finally put out a fenestrated leaf for me. Honestly, when she was unfurling, I did not even know that the leaf would be fenestrated rather until, to get to a certain point, like right before they open, or unfurl rather. And then that's when I seen the cut inside the leaf. And I was like, oh, okay, this is happening. But all in all, guys, okay, well, this, I was going to say house plant of the year, but that's not going to happen. I love my marantas, my prayer plants, so definitely take top notch still. Great plant, all in all, easy to take care of. Of course, she's grown in sphagnum moss, and I need to repot her, or just, I'm scared, or just adjusting the roots rather. As you can see, there's a big thick root, which I'm pretty sure maybe an area root, possibly. It's not this one, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have to is it too thick? I'm not even going to, honestly, this pot is going to be cut up. I'm not even going to try, and I probably could, but I don't want to mess up the root. But more than likely, I'm going to cut this pot up and make sure I get that root out of their hole and place her into a bigger container. I have been talking about my red one that's over here, which I don't really want to use for this one. That you guys definitely have seen in one of my pot hauls videos that I wanted to use since all of my monsteras except one, which is the Stanleyana variegata Monstera, which she's in like a regular pot, but yeah, I don't know if they make smaller pots with stands to them, but if push comes to shove, um, this one will be coming out of here, and I can definitely put her in here once she's definitely going to get propagated and cut up and make it a little bit more fuller, and of course with a plank as well. Now concerning this here elbow, you guys, again, one of my favorites, at least top 5 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe she teeter-totter top 3. Again, very easy to take care of. She doesn't get, well, the light is bright, but she's not like directly, I don't know again when that video is coming on, but you can see where she is growing, but well, you can see where she's growing and actually how far the light is from her. Now that light is a powerful, when I mean a powerful light, I spent like almost 60, maybe $70 on that one bulb. Crazy, but but it works. It works. So she's not getting hit like the light. Like the light is like right here. She's not getting that. That light is actually way further, like up in the corner, way further than this, you know. But apparently it was strong enough to push out this leaf and fenestrate it with no problems. And it's a little bit bigger than, let's make sure. Well, I don't think she's through growing. A little bit bigger than this one here, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, by the patio there, she still hasn't came out and even tried to grow. So I'm touching her, and this is honestly the most I've touched her on this here size. Rather, again, she sits in my grow space or wherever she's at. Well, she's in the grow space, but she sits in my grow space, and not being like touched or bothered. Only thing I do is make sure I water her, especially when she starts to droop. Right now she's firm. I did place her not inside of, you guys remember my little DIY grow space or grow tent, however you want to call it. She was in there, but now she's separate out, enjoying the space, light, and the humidity that she's getting from the air. Guys, it is freaking cold, but the humidity is always above at least 60% here in Georgia. Well, correction, here in middle Georgia, the humidity is always freaking high. It could be 300 degrees outside. It'll be like 800% humidity. It can be -12, which I hope never happens here. And it'd still be a high humidity of like at least 70 something. And I think right now, it's not too hot, not too cold, but the sun is starting to go down, so it's starting to get cooler. But I do know, I checked, it is like 76 percent humidity out there, which is crazy. So hitting her with the humidifier, doesn't need it. I don't have any unfurling problems with my Monstera, which I don't think anyone else has, but let me know down in the comment section below. But all in all, you guys, this is one great behind plant. If you don't have one, try to get your hands on some. Again, to be honest with you, she could be cut, especially this here big one. And I'm pretty sure this one here has stopped growing because of the variegation there. And then the first leaf it gave off too has plenty of variegation. So this should be a nice variegated plant. But yeah, she could be cut, but definitely not going to cut her. But if you can get your hands on one of these, you guys, I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. Again, one of the top 5 teeter-totter 3 plants in my collection. No issues, no pests. Now, the only thing that you will have to worry about in my area, which would be thrips. They love, love, love monsteras. And I honestly did catch a thrip on here a while ago. Is that let me look at this. Okay, that's not a thrip, guys. False alarm. I did catch a thrip on, I think it was probably this leaf, or maybe this one. I do know it was one of the greener ones. It could have been this one, but luckily I did catch it, and of course I killed it. So that's the only pest problem, at least here, in my care, my state, my city, environment, things of that such, that I have to worry about. I don't really want to get into the other insects and pests, because I definitely do not want to jinx myself at all, because I would have a complete fit if this thing was just crawling with pests. But I don't have any of those problems. But again, if you can get your hands on one of these, please do so. We all know that we are patiently, y'all are patiently, y'all are patiently waiting for Costa Farm to release the, the big, I think gallons, 2 gallons or so pot of these. Now I say y'all because I'm not patiently waiting. I'm just so over it, and to the point where I need to call up Costa Farm and we need to have a sit down and figure this shit out. But even if and when, hopefully it's not pushed back another 3 years. It's just aggravating. I'm definitely going to get my hands on one of those again, even if I have to travel 100 miles to go and pick her up. I will definitely do that, which again would be hard because we're all looking for these or trying to get our hands. Well, not looking. We're all trying to get our hands on some of these. Some of you guys have, oh my God, I know most of you have been on YouTube for a while. Probably, not probably. I don't know. I haven't met anyone personally that loves plants more than me. Maybe close, but haven't met anyone that loves plants more than me. Whether it's inside, well, let's just say inside, because there are some outside plant fanatics out there that just love outside plants. But yeah, my thing is indoors. Even though I can demolish in a good way, I can just, outside is wonderful because there's no other light source and rain source other than Mother Nature. I don't care how much you purify your water or how much you spend on, a grow light. You definitely cannot outdo the sun, or definitely cannot outdo the rain, and even the natural fertilizers and things. It's free, all right. So you can't compete with that. Period. Like period. Unless you own Georgia Power, which you still have to technically pay. Well, you don't have Georgia Power probably where you are, but whatever's the name of your electrical service company that you pay to put electricity in your house, you still have to pay them just to keep you. You get what I'm saying? So water as well. And if you're like in an apartment and you don't pay for water, trust me, the water is included into your rent. So yeah. I haven't found anyone that loves houseplants more than I do. And like I said before, I would definitely travel to get my hands on one of these again, especially the gallon ones. Definitely would not sell this one once I get my hands on one of those. Now, I can tell you I will probably use this one as propagations and probably sell at that point. But hopefully by then, the prices of these have like went down, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really searched any of the platforms to try to see how much these were. Now, these were given to me as gifts, and I was like freakishly shocked, and I may have shed a tear or two, but I was like completely overwhelmed that I even got these. All right. I'm still in shock. Again, this is why I don't bother her. And I do love her being out there in that grow space, because when I'm in here, I spend more time, of course, inside the house than I do my grow space. Now, if they were inside the house, then I could definitely watch them more and honestly make more mistakes, whether it's overwatering or knocking something over, things of that such. But when they're out there in their own little situation, then I can actually enjoy the growth on these, just kind of like this here. I seen it when it was starting to come through the sheath. I came out maybe a day and a half later, and she was already pushing out. Come back the next day. It is just wonderful. But all in all, I do know that if they can grow right, you can get maybe one leaf a month or a little bit less, or maybe one leaf 2 months, depending on how much the variegation you have. But I do know that they are pretty slow growers. Now, I haven't had this one. Yeah, it's definitely not been a year yet. Yeah, definitely not a year. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely not a year yet, because I didn't get these when it was cold. If I'm not, yeah, it was maybe starting to get cold. or a few months before it got cold. But anyway, all in all, again, a great plant to have. As I said before, I haven't checked into the platforms to see exactly how much they're causing as to date, but they're worth it, you guys. They are worth it. I do know you can get some that are not as variegated, which, as you can see with the leaves, the mother leaves are not as variegated. Now, this part down here was completely white. All right, so that I knew that was going to go once I took them out of the grow tent, the DIY grow tent that I did make. And then I also, before I switched the lights around to the area that these are, they weren't getting that bright light that they normally get. And the brownings had started to happen again, like on this one as well. It started in kind of shifts, rather. I don't know if you can see that bright brown spot right there, but that's where it started. Then it stopped. I thought it was mold or something, but not mold, sorry, but fungus. But what I've learned about fungus, you guys, is that it's not hard. The plant has healed itself once you hear that? Once you hear that, then if you have fungus, then it's healed. It's fine. But if you have fungus or something on your plant, then you definitely will not hear that. Probably doing that will rip it and infect the plant some more, especially inside. But I definitely do come and check and make sure that all sides are still crispy, so it does not spread if it was fungus. And especially with it being out there now, and you know I had that issue with the whole fungus thing a couple was it a couple days or okay, well, for me it's been a couple of weeks, but I know for you guys it's probably been like a week or a couple of days. I don't know, don't quote me on it, but all in all, guys, again, great plant. Get your hands on one of these if you can. Again, if I win, I get my hands on the one that Costa Farm is producing, I will definitely share the wealth, whether it's a giveaway or just sell. And I will definitely make sure that these plants, definitely make sure you guys heard that was a Mustang going down the street. Definitely make sure that these plants are affordable for you guys so you can order you some and go from there. But guys, this here is the house plant of the month for January and February. As I said before, I will be starting back up the series of my favorite house plants of the month. And after me using the grow space out there, you guys, it is just wonderful. And okay, it is just wonderful. And there are plants out there that has completely just like shown out to the point of like I don't know if I feel like I was regretting now not having them in their own grow space instead of like being out in the house, out about in the house. But right now, as I said before, it's humid out there, it's bright, there's air circulating, things of that such. So they are loving that aspect. But yeah, you guys, that is it here for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button if you enjoyed. Also comment down below, let me know, do you have one of these? Are you still looking for some of these? Are you like me and probably have some? Maybe not the size that you wanted, but I honestly do love growing plants from cuttings. As you probably can tell, 90-something% of my plants have been grown from cuttings. That is why they grow so perfectly in my condition. Again, just because they were born in the conditions that were grown in, instead of getting a fully mature plant. And depending on the plant, sometimes you can bring it home and it just nothing, no foliage, no, it's just horrible. It is just horrible. But I even had the same kind of situation. Well, I did have to do I allowed it to grow in water first, and I derooted it and things of that such. My regular Monstera Borsigiana, she lost a couple is a lot. She lost maybe one leaf, if I'm not mistaken, if that, but I do know we lost a lot of roots. And that's because I did dig her up and I placed her into water, get some water roots, and I took her back out and I planted her inside of sphagnum moss and instead of soil. And this one is the same way, even though I'm not supposed to be ending the video. Whoa, this one is the same way, grown and fully sphagnum moss, you guys, no issues. As you can see, again, she is starting to harden off, so we're waiting on that. And the only thing you have to do is make sure you feed them so they're not chlorotic looking, which is nothing but like yellowish leaves and stuff of that such, which I definitely need to get on because they haven't been fertilized in a while. This one is looking a little chlorotic. So definitely need to give them a good feed, which that video will be coming up. I don't know when because it still has to come after the getting the growth space together. So again, let me know in the comment section below if you have any of these, you're still looking for these. And again, like me, waiting for Costa Farm to release the freaking plants. Like, dude, come on. Like, hold the presses. Hold the presses. Thai Constellation is what the Costa Farm is doing. Even if they do come out with these here, it will be like another 10 years because it's like taking a long time for that Thai Constellation. We all know how I feel about the Thai Constellation. Definitely have been trying to get my hands on a plant. I don't want a cutting of a Thai, especially not the immature cutting of a Thai Constellation. That is just, you hear rumors about a slow growing plant. Like, I've seen some YouTubers who've had Thai Constellations, and every time you see like a tour or something of that nature, the plant looks the same. It might be big and just pretty. It still looks the same. But correction, you guys, correction. We're waiting on the Thai Constellation for Costa Farm, which doesn't matter because it's still getting pushed back. I'm just over it, but I will be there. Again, if I have to travel miles to get there just to make sure that I get my hands on one. I don't know. There's so pushbacks and things of that such. I don't know. I wish I was more into social media around that time when they were doing giveaways and, basically prepping things of that such. Oh, the crystal. Things of that such, like on Instagram, winning the Thai constellations and things. I honestly wish one of the reasons why more on Instagram so that I can keep up with things. But yeah, you guys, that is it here for today's video. Again, let me know if you're looking for these. Let me know if you have some. Again, I definitely would like a mature. If I can get my hands on a mature cutting, that would be spectacular. And as I said before, I would definitely use this one. I don't know. I could put them together and just use one as a giveaway, sale, trade, whatever the case may be. But that Thai Constellation, I will definitely travel. I would definitely travel to get one of those. And if Costa Farm is doing another one of the giveaways, you will definitely see my Instagram, which is down in the description box below. You guys, do me a favor, go give me a follow. You will definitely see my face, my profile picture all over that freaking page trying to win that Thai Constellation. But yeah, I would definitely want a mature Thai Constellation in my collection. Yeah, I thought about, I do know that they have cuttings online. I don't know. That was a while ago, and it was ridiculously high. And all of the mature split leaf fenestrations, second fenestrations with the holes and things, they're gone, of course. And I think what was left was something like this of such. Maybe kind of sort of like this one. Not sure. Don't quote me on it. But you guys, that was almost maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. There's no way I'm going to pay for a cutting, not of a Thai Constellation, when they're like super crazy slow growers. I would prefer to have a mature plant all in all. But let me know in the comment section below if you're like me and definitely looking for a Thai Constellation and actually waiting for Costa Farm to produce those as well. And that is it here for today's video. Again, please do me a favor, comment down below. Again, it's good to hear from you guys, and it actually helps with the algorithm. It gets the videos and things out. And I think that is it. Everything that I do use here over with Plant and With Pete will be down in the description box below. Some of those do come with discount codes to save you some money as well. And I think that is it, guys. Let's make sure I covered everything. Yes, that is it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.